the company and their prices. The last time I traveled was last year. God help me, I went in peace. So as I'm traveling to, I pray. I know that the country is not safe, but I pray God will help me. I will still travel in peace again. The government should help us. So we will still help ourselves, but they need to help us based on the security and other things. Like the price of everything is changing. Like the price of things, not only transportation, even food. To get food stuff, everything is increasing, not only transportation.
If it means to say the country not supposed to be like this, but we are the one that spoiled the country by ourselves. Even this transportation issue, it's not supposed to be like this. Imagine that you want to go to your village. From here to your village will cost for something thousand, for something thousand. That means you cannot buy anything to your family or to your friend or to yourself. Because if you spend 30,000 from here to east, how much are you going to spend? My own decision is everything I make a human to live. Then she will lose everything.
It's been long that I saw my mom and my dad face to face. So that's why over 4 years now, I've not seen my mom face to face and my dad face to face. That's the reason why I'm traveling. So concerning the transport fare, I cannot blame the transporters. The government should, if government reduce their fuel money, them also will reduce their price. And another thing I want to say about the security on the road for people that is traveling. Government should provide security, at least soldier on the road and police for the security of the people that is traveling. On the norms, when there is no festive time, like today, Bonny Way, we paid 30,500. But on a norms, when there is no festive time, I think it should not be more than 20,000 or 25,000 naira. I don't know why the thing always like that. I'm going from Lagos to Umaya. The government should reduce the price of fuel and provide security for people. Like now, I know that most of people wants to go home, but because of insecurity, most of them is afraid. And another thing, money. There is no money, and transport fare is high. That's why. So I want government to work on that area.
Transport operators are calling on the government to address fuel prices, improve road infrastructure, and create policies that will ease transportation costs during peak travel periods.
I want the government just help us to reduce fuel, because without no fuel we can't work. Because everything now we don't suffer. Month now we are buying fuel of 12,000 sometimes inside machine, sometimes 30, sometimes 15. I want the government just help us to reduce the fuel. And people are traveling because if you want to travel now, we are afraid that bandits are around on the road. We are afraid to travel anywhere now because everything now it has been hard now. The government just help us with the bandits and the fuel. If that one have come down, some people will be happy now. But without no fuel, we can't be happy on the road. But you see, if you want to go some small place now, you say 500. It's not our fault. Fuel is there and agbo is there. Everything. That thing have tired everybody. Now I'm coming today now. I just buy full of 10,000. I don't know how much I will see on it. I just come outside.
As Nigerians embark on journeys this festive season, safety remains a top priority for passengers and commuters already burdened by increasing transport costs. Passengers and drivers are calling on the government to address the insecurity along major pathways in order to make holiday travels not only affordable but safe for all. Reporting from the Jibowu bus terminal here in Lagos, Matthew Ogunswada for Voice of the People Television.
The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before. The loudest voices of the common man to her.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to elevate the president's law.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries. Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space. Exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
In a world where power shifts every headlines, news breaks and events happen, bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We bring that chaos. Facts, not fraud. Truth, not speed. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television, now more than a voice.
Hello Nigeria, Merry Christmas to you and a very warm welcome to you to another exciting episode of the Issues on Voice of the People Television. And we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Nnenna Ndomdioto. It's Christmas, and on today's episode of the Issues, we're examining the complexities of Nigeria's politics and governance. From Tinubu, governors and others calling for peace and religious freedom, to Netanyahu condemning attacks on Christians in Nigeria. Also, EFCC boast discloses corruption masking God's blessing on Nigerians. And finally, APC chieftain tells PDP to fix issues or merge with ADC. Join us as we break down the fact and provide context to help you stay informed. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll dig deeper into these topics. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. As Christians across Nigeria celebrate Christmas, political leaders and religious bodies are using the season to renew calls for peace, unity, and religious tolerance across the country. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to protecting religious freedom and promoting peaceful coexistence among Nigerians, regardless of faith or ethnicity. In a Christmas message to the nation, the president described the season as a reminder of shared values such as love, sacrifice, and compassion, urging citizens to embrace unity despite economic and security challenges. Across the country, state governors, clerics, and community leaders echoed similar messages, calling on Nigerians to remain hopeful and supportive of one another as the nation works through its current difficulties. The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, also urged churches to celebrate Christmas with wisdom, restraint, and hope, encouraging prayers for national healing, stability, and responsible leadership. Meanwhile, the Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Bishop Matthew Kuka, has used the Christmas season to challenge leaders to confront Nigeria's deep-seated problems. He called on political leaders to urgently address insecurity, poverty, and widespread suffering that are challenging the faith of Nigerians. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by two distinguished guests who will be joining us virtually. We have Emperor Jackson Ojo. He is a public affairs analyst, a security expert, and an executive protection specialist. Also, we have joining us all the way from Benin City, we have Waya Kenneth Ogenovo, a human rights activist and publicity secretary of Talakawa's Parliament. Glad to have you join us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Good evening, Emperor. Yeah. Glad to have you join us. Welcome. And good evening, Kenneth. Good evening, Kenneth. Glad to have you join us from Benin City.
Thank you too. I'm glad to join you people today. Thank you.
Compliments of the season, please. Hope you've eaten your Christmas chicken and all.
Still under the pipeline. We are still on it, but it's not yet finished.
Pipeline by 7 o'clock. Okay, let's get right to what we have for today. Let me start with you, Emperor. So beyond seasonal goodwill, how can government, we've seen goodwill messages, we've seen the president talk about religious tolerance and all of that. But how can we go beyond seasonal goodwill, and how can government translate Christmas messages on peace and religious freedom into concrete policy actions?
Unfortunately, I don't believe in the kind of evangelism message from an evangelist that is not practicing his preaching. We enough of goodwill messages in this country. We want to see the
Okay, we seem to have lost connection with Emperor. Can we have you, Kenneth? Can you chime in on this?
Okay, yeah. The truth is a good thing that they're calling for peace, and religious tolerance.
Let them be effective to preach. Okay. They don't need to give what good women. What they are doing.
Kenneth, you can go ahead, please.
Now it's good for them to call for peace and religious tolerance during this Yuletide period. Nonetheless, saying that alone is not tangible enough. We want to see these witches and this admonition, become a reality by the government taking the bull by the horn to put in place what will really, bring about peace and religious tolerance. Is not just calling for peace alone. Put measures into place that will ensure for peace. Now you're talking about peace during this Yuletide period, and there is no parameters that has been put in place to cushion the hard effect of economic hardship that the people are undergoing. Eh? They talked about a Christian genocide. They are yet to do anything tangible apart from the shenanigans, the parading that they have caught some bandits and the attackers and the rest. We are calling for a realistic government that walk the talk, a government that that they are not just doing what we call baraboism, a government that will really, feel the plight of the common man, the government that at least, we do the yearning and the bidding and aspirations of the common, Nigerian. Calling for peace during Yuletide period is not just what we yearn for. So it's good they are wishing us the Christians who are celebrating Christmas. Well, nonetheless, they should do better by at least putting measures into place to end insecurity, to end Christian or Muslim genocide, as the case may be. They should end S-men attack. They should end kidnapping and tend to the welfare of the common man. That is what is expected of them, and not this publicity stunt every time, calling for what they're supposed to take action for. And during this Yuletide period too, with the money that is in the coffers of these legislators and our presidents and our governors, they are supposed to at least give especially civil servants whom are at the end and receiving who bears the brunt. They're supposed to give them 30 months salary. They would have paid them to cushion the effect, so that when you wish them, peace during their celebration, you give them something too for palliative measures to cushion the effect of the already exacerbated, situation. So that is my humble take. It's good to call for peace. Nonetheless, the government should do the needful by putting parameters and measures into place to alleviating the woes of the plebeians and the common men in society. Thank you.
Okay, let me get back to Emperor. Emperor, can you just complete your thought?
Wait, not be so now. Whatever it was. No.
Emperor, are you with us?
And we do, but
can you go ahead? You were saying something before your network had issues.
And that's exactly what Mr. Wire was saying. That's exactly what I want to say. I don't believe in when an evangelist is preaching, but the way he's acting is against what he's preaching. Nigerians of today, we don't want anybody to grieve with anybody again. We don't want anybody to preach peace. Let us practice peace. Peace that you preach during Christmas, during New Year, during Islamic celebration. When you preach peace during this period of time, that is all. You don't care if the economy is okay. Economy is in comatose. Health fertility is in shambles. Insecurity is the order of the day. Educational system is in a rotten state. And you are preaching peace. You cannot get all this thing wrong. And you are expecting peace. No way. If all these things are okay, these are the combination that we work together to stabilize peace in any country. So enough of preaching peace during this period. They should practicalize it. They should make sure people can travel by road. They should make sure those people that want to travel by air, that can afford it. They should make sure that today, Christmas Day, some people will not just be in their house. They cannot afford rice. They cannot afford any form of protein. Some people want to travel, no way. So enough of this preaching their peace. Let them practicalize it.
Okay, so one of the things that the president said during his speech, let me quote him verbatim. He said, "As your president, I remain committed to doing everything within my power to enshrine religious freedom in Nigeria and to protect all people of different faith from violence." That's what the president said in the speech. But I want to ask you, Emperor, let me still stay on you before I move to Kenneth. Do you really think that, do we really have religious freedom in Nigeria, in all parts of the country? Can we really categorically state that we have religious freedom in this nation?
There's religious freedom in this country. You have the atheists, nobody is disturbing them. The herbalists, the traditional practitioners, they are doing their own, nobody is disturbing them. Muslims are doing their own. Most of my friends, most of my business and political associates, they are Muslims. We don't think about that. When you want to board a flight, do you care to know if the pilot is a Christian or a Muslim? Do you care in the university? Do you care if the vice chancellor is a Christian or Muslim? Nobody cares about that. There is religious freedom in the country. But the only thing that is causing crisis is not even religious misunderstanding or whatever. The social economic of this country is damaged. It's in comatose. People cannot feed. An angry man is an angry man. That is it. They should put things right. In the 60s, before we were born, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, there is nothing like, we mingle. All these things people they call Fulani Espen. We grew up together in my village. They take their cows to farmland. They don't go to eat people's crop. So we mingle together with everything together. During Ileya period, we go to their houses to eat. During Christmas, they visit us to eat. There is no religious misunderstanding. There is total religious freedom. But a lot of things that are supposed to serve, they are not there. No peace. No food. People cannot move. No freedom of movement. The law permits freedom of movement, but the system does not permit it except to want to take risk and kill yourself. That is it.
Okay, thank you. Let me go to Kenneth. Kenneth, you know, can Nigeria realistically claim religious freedom? We've heard Emperor say that there is religious freedom, but can the country or can Nigeria as a whole realistically claim religious freedom when insecurity affects faith-based communities in some regions? That's one of the questions I want you to answer. And the second question I would like you to answer is that how can citizens measure whether religious freedom is truly being protected? Please, can you unmute your device?
Yes, thank you very much for that question, ma. I cannot emphatically say that Nigerians are enjoying religious freedom. What is religious freedom? Is the right you enjoy from practicing your religion without, intrusion or without coercion. If we were having what we call religious freedom, there wouldn't have been the outcry of Christian genocide that made Donald Trump and Senate in the US, to speak out that they want to come and lend a helping hand to Nigeria to, nip in the bud the religious insurrection or genocide. So there is no religious freedom in Nigeria if you ask me. We'll see clips too when that reverend who called the attention of Trump and U.S. Senate and Rep. You know, we saw the clip where he was conducting mass burial for victims of religious or Christian genocide. So with that alone, we cannot say that there is religious freedom in Nigeria. And what are the parameters for measuring truly if there is religious freedom in the country? It is when you worship whatsoever as any religious body you want, be it a Christian, be it a Muslim, be it an atheist, that is an African traditional religious person, that without being disturbed, without experiencing violence. That is when it is said to be that there is religious freedom. But in the current state of Nigeria, amidst insecurity, kidnapping, in recent time, in those states where I stay, is all over the media, is verifiable. Even they kidnapped people in the seminary, reverend fathers were kidnapped, some church members were kidnapped. I think one also happened in Ondo, not too far away, not too far, not too long ago, rather, when they went into the churches and the church and they were shooting sporadically into the air, and you could see allegedly that some persons were even killed, and you could see in the clip an old woman was trying to run for safety, but her legs could not carry her again because she's old. So seeing all of this, I will not be doing myself good, or posterity will not judge me aright to say.
Okay. We seem to have lost connection with Kenneth there. Let me go back to you, Emperor. Let me get back to you, Emperor. Emperor, and what role should religious institutions play? We've seen religious institutions, we've seen, religious bodies. What role should they play in holding government accountable beyond offering prayers and moral guidance? Like I said, we've seen them offer prayers, we've seen them talk about moral guidance, we've seen them give goodwill messages even on days like this. But beyond that, how can they hold government accountable?
For religious leaders, they should not obnob, they should stop obnobbing with the government. By the time our religious leaders continue to obnob with the government, they will not be able to tell the government the truth. This is a country where when some men of God are speaking the truth, and another some men of God, the second day they will pack themselves, they want to go to Aso Rock to go and do solidarity visit to the president. So which one? There must be a united religious bodies. The Christian must be united and remain one indivisible one. The Muslim must remain united and remain one indivisible one. That is when a reverend father speaks, he will be speaking the voice of all the Christians in the country. When an imam speaks, he will seem to be speaking the mind of all the Muslims in the country. But in a situation whereby some Christian bodies are criticizing government for the lackadaisical attitude of the government towards religious body. And the second day, some religious body too, in the Christendom or in the Islamic, will call press conference and be praising that same government. This is what government is encouraging this. They will pay some people money to support in building churches. They will support some people to go to Israel. Some people will go to Mecca. But if you ever criticize them, they will never give your group slot. So this religious body, they have allowed themselves to be infiltrated by the government. And that is why because of their disunity. That is why they cannot hold government responsible. Simple as ABC.
Okay, so while I was reading like the background to this question or to the analysis that we're having, I actually talked about Kuka. Kuka was one of the persons who spoke in this story, and he said that he called on leaders to address the insecurity in the country. And one of the things he said, I'm going to also quote him verbatim. He said, while these challenges cannot be denied, he wants Nigerians not to lose hope. And he said that Nigeria cannot outsource solutions to these challenges, but rather be united in confronting them. He's saying that we should not outsource the solutions to our problems, but be united. What do you make of this statement? How can Nigerians be united in fighting against insecurity like we have it today?
You listen to me, to my submission now. I talked about unity. In those days, during Christmas, the Muslims will visit the Christians. During Salah, the Christians will visit the Muslims. Recently, even in the northern Nigeria, during the Christmas coordinated by the governor of what's the name? The governor of Kaduna State. In that Christmas carol, you saw some Muslim leaders there, and that is how it should be. There is nothing bad. People like Adeboye visit the Sultan of Sokoto. There is nothing bad. Oyedepo, Biomie. There is nothing bad. They visit religious leader, Islamic religious leader. All is united to bring about peace. Whatever they should do, after all, the principal thing is that all of us were serving one God. It is only one God that created heaven and earth and owns everything that in it. So, if the religious leaders, if you see the Sultan of Sokoto today, they are paying visit to Baba Adeboye, and they dine and wine together, you will see tomorrow some Christians will not see any reason why they should not visit their Muslim brothers. But at the top there, you see them not uniting. How do you want the populace to unite? So our leaders should first of all unite. If the Christian leaders, Muslim leaders are united, the government of the day will be afraid of the people, and they will do the right thing. But just because there is no unity, that is why the government of the day, they are not bothered. They can do whatever they like. Simple. That's my submission.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to our next conversation for tonight. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called for an immediate end to attacks on Christians in Nigeria, stressing that religious persecution against any group is unacceptable. Netanyahu, in his Christmas message, said the persecution of Christians or followers of any faith cannot and must not be tolerated. He specifically referenced militant assault and forced displacement of Christian communities in Nigeria, urging that the violence must end and it must end now. The Israeli leader contrasted the situation in Nigeria with what he described as religious freedom in Israel, where Christians are able to practice their faith openly and celebrate traditions without fear. Israel, Netanyahu said, stands in solidarity with Christians around the world. Okay, I don't know if Kenneth is back. Kenneth, okay, what do you make of this Netanyahu statement? Okay, Emperor, can you take this up?
Yeah. See, I am afraid if Ted Cruz, a senator in America, raised this issue, and instantly the president of America accepted it, and now you are seeing the Israeli leader is accepting this, buying into this. We are leading towards religious crisis in Nigeria. Political crisis is a minor thing. Security crisis is a minor thing. Religious crisis, I doubt if any government will be able to handle it. We should do whatever we want to do as a nation. Our government should rise up. The two major religious bodies should rise up to communicate to the entire world that there is no religious crisis in Nigeria. If the Senate of America raised this, the President of America raised it and even threatened, and Netanyahu is saying the same thing. I am telling you today that religious crisis is looming, and the government of the day must be very careful. Instead of the government of the day to be taking this matter very seriously, what they are after is the numbers of senators that decamp to the ruling party. It's the numbers of governors that decamp to the ruling party. 2027 election preoccupy their minds. But if there is religious crisis, Israel want to intervene to support Christians in Nigeria. America want to intervene to support Christians in Nigeria. There will be religious crisis and there will be no election in 2027. Our leaders will be very careful.
Okay, you know, some persons would actually say, or actually I've heard some persons say over this particular issue, that Netanyahu does not have the moral right to make the statement, because the same Netanyahu, Israel, the issue they have with Palestinian and all of that, that why would he be saying Nigerians are being killed, Christians are being killed in Nigeria, when Israel is actually doing same to Palestine? So what do you make of this? Do you think that he has no moral right to make the statement? Is it a case of remove the log in your eyes before trying to remove the speck in Nigeria's eyes? What do you think?
Is there morality in Nigeria here? There is moral conflict in this country. Is there morality here? No morality here. And when they know that even in our government, there is moral justification to do some certain things that they are doing, then if you don't have moral justification to do what you are doing, if any other person is coming to do it, will you have moral justification to stop the person or to tell the person to stop? No. They are seeing the loophole and they want to capitalize on it in order to come in to cause crisis. The crisis that God knows what they want to benefit from. That is it. If you don't keep your house in order, another person that the house is full of disorderliness will come to your house and correct you. If you don't remove the speck in your eye, a dirty man will come and tell you to remove the speck in your eye. You must first of all, if we keep our house in order, do we need any international intervention? No. But is the house in order? In Benue, in Plateau, in Borno, in Katsina, in Kebbi, in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in Niger. If they are not killing anybody, will anybody be able to live on our country? No. So when you are not treating your children well, definitely those people that are not even clothing their children will come and correct you. It's as simple as ABC.
Okay, thank you very much, Emperor. Let's move on to the next conversation for tonight. Now, of course, we're moving the EFCC boss, the EFCC chairman, Ola Olukayode, says Nigeria's developmental challenges has been linked or is linked to entrenched corruption. He disclosed that corruption continues to mask the enormous blessings God has bestowed on Nigeria, preventing the country from achieving its full potential. In his Christmas message, Olukoyede argued that Nigeria is richly endowed with human and natural resources, but suffers from systemic misuse of public funds and abuse of power. The EFCC chairman called on Nigerians to join hands together and fiercely confront corruption so as to allow the abundant life of God manifest in the nation. Let me come to you, Emperor. You know the statement by the EFCC about Nigerians' blessings, our blessings being masked by the corruption that we have in this country, or that is operational in the country. What do you make of it? Do you think that is true? Do you think that corruption has really obstructed our blessings from God?
You see, there are times some people are just talking just because they want to talk. Olukoyede, the EFCC chairman, has no moral justification to be talking about corruption or not corruption. You heard recently the billions of dollars that were not remitted by the NNPC. Did they probe anybody? Dangote came out recently. What we heard was that the two directors resigned. Did they have they resigned? Did they interrogate them? Did they prosecute them? No. So these people are not really fighting corruption. Today, I see EFCC as an attacking dog against anybody. Most of the people that are in the ambassadorial list that have been cleared now, most of them have corruption cases in court. What is the EFCC looking at? The former governor of Kogi State, over 80-something billion dollars or thereabout. The man is moving freely in Nigeria today. What are the EFCC doing? There are a lot of allegations against some serving ministers. What did they do? Immediately you decamp to APC, your financial crime is forgiven. So Olukoyede should be quiet. It should be silent forever, except and until when we see his actions that is actually fighting corruption. Nobody is fighting corruption in this government. So Olukoyede should be quiet and silent forever.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you actually think that corruption in Nigeria is primarily a moral failure, or is it a governance failure, or is it a bit of both?
Corruption in Nigeria today, it has turned to a disease, incurable disease. It's a disease that there is no doctor or traditional healers that have known how to fight it. So when you put some people as anti-corruption organizations It's just to empower to pay them salaries and emoluments. Today, it has become the most dangerous virus today. Corruption in Nigeria today is worse than HIV, is worse than COVID-19. Today in Nigeria, it's becoming a norm because people can be corrupt now and there is no punitive action. So far so that is it. What is Olukoyede doing? He's not doing nothing.
Yes.
It's only the opposition, those people that have offended this in Ngige. Just because Ngige insulted Tinubu some times ago, that is why they are after him. The role of Malami in the presidential election, before Tinubu emerged as the candidate, that is why they are punishing him. They act now. They are all preoccupied now by chasing anybody that is not going to support 2027 presidential election of the incumbent president. Olukoyede should go and sit down. He should go and sit down. By the time he's coming on air to talk about fighting corruption, to talk about this, he's kind of shaming himself and degrading the government in which he's serving. Corruption is now a norm. It's an abnormality that has become a norm in Nigeria. And they are not fighting it. They are just pouring manures. Do whatever you want to do. The second day they come. When the former governor of Delta State was arrested for over ₦1 trillion something, 3 days later he was released. A week later he decamped with all the APC structure, PDP structure in Delta State to APC. Did you hear anything from that case again? No. Nobody is fighting corruption. Corruption has come to live with us until God will send a government that will be ready to fight corruption. But this government, they are not fighting corruption. What they are doing is to pour more fertilizer for corruption to grow bigger and to yield poisonous fruit across the country. That is my submission.
Okay, thank you, Emperor. Let me move to Kenneth. Kenneth, we're talking about the EFCC's boss or chairman saying that corruption, or he has linked Nigeria's developmental challenges to entrenched corruption. He actually said that corruption continues to mask the enormous blessing God has bestowed on Nigeria, preventing the country from achieving its full potential. So first, I would ask you, what do you make of this statement? That's one of the questions. And then secondly, what reforms do you think are necessary to ensure anti-corruption agencies are seen as impartial rather than political tools? Can you unmute your device, please?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, please. You can go ahead.
Okay. Honestly, I find this statement coming from the EFCC chairman to be very, very laughable and ridiculous at the same time. It's a very funny one. Come on, how would he make a funny statement such as that? When we know that the current EFCC that we are having now under his watch is nothing but a rubber stamp that is just doing the bidding of APC and Tinubu. EFCC for me is not a serious institution or organization anymore, because they are what we call corruption itself. They are the most corrupt agency, and because they are not anything corruption inclined, they are just after people. You know, I will call them, they are wish hunting people. When they see that you have the money, they go after you. When you give them some money, they'll keep quiet. nobody will know how the case later ended. So EFCC is not fighting corruption because they are the hub of corruption itself. Okay, look at the case of Yaya Bello. Up till now, EFCC they are yet to arrest Yaya Bello. I will never take EFCC serious, and they bring him to book. Okay, look at the one that they are doing in Delta and those states. They are going after Yahoo boys. Nobody reported to you people that their money got missing. There is no complainant. You will just go. You are witch hunting.
Okay, we seem to have lost connection with him again. Emperor, are you with us?
I'm with you.
Okay, well, before we go, on a lighter note, let's move away from all the issues about EFCC and every other issue we've talked about today. But on a lighter note, I want to ask you, what memories do you have from your childhood of Christmas that you've never forgotten?
Christmas Day. When any day we enter December 1st, we begin to be joyous because we know that Christmas Day will be as early as 6 a.m. We'll be free to visit all our families and extended families and friends, classmates and others. From morning till night, we can trek from one community to our community to a nearby community. And we will be there till around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. And after 8 o'clock, we trek back under the shadow of darkness. And we come back. That is it. But nobody does that again. You see, Christmas Day now, people lock their children at home. People lock their gate because nothing for them to eat. Chocolate of entertaining visitors. But those days, it's a day that we eat and overeat. We are joyous. We move round. It does not happen again. That is it. It's so painful. I need to travel with my family home. But how can I go? The road is not safe for me to move. The cost of aircraft, I will need over 2 million to fly my family down home. And by January, I'm going to be picking some bills. So that is it. Economic decadence, everything, infrastructural decadence, everything is in shambles. We are running a symbolic government. It's affecting the social religious activities. It's affecting social cultural activities. May God save Nigeria.
Hello. Sorry, it was the network. So,
Sorry, Imperial. Okay, Kenneth, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, ma. Thank you.
But we just have 1 minute. So quickly round up on your thought, and then you'd round up with telling me what memories you have from your childhood of Christmas.
What memory? What
do you have from your childhood of Christmas?
Oh, if madam, okay, I will round off with that very word.
Please, just in 1 minute, please.
The memory I had as a child of Christmas, was so lovely. So lovely to get. We lived in harmony with our neighbors. It was funful. In fact, even when it gets to nearly Christmas season, you see the atmosphere change, smelling Christmas here and there. But now even Amatan said, "Here, cash Amatan. Amatan not come Nigeria for Christmas this year." Even our neighbors now, many of them they could not even buy ordinary rice to eat. Everybody is feeling the heat. Before you see your neighbor, they knock on your door, neighbor, I came to give you Christmas goodies. But now, my sister, everybody just they look each other. Sit down, look, don't dog name. It's very unfortunate.
This is not the Nigeria
of our deep. Mama, You want
Thank
cut
you.
out? This is not Nigeria of our dream. They should do better, honestly. How long do we continue like this? How long do we continue like this? When they cry, they see road. We can no longer continue like this as a people. This is not Christmas. In fact, this year's Christmas, we didn't do it too. This is not Christmas for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Waya. Hopefully, we hope that Christmas will get better for everyone and the nation will become better. Thank you very much, Kenneth, for being a part of this show all the way from Benin City. And thank you very much, Emperor, for being a part of the show from Port Harcourt. Thank you for joining us virtually for the issues.
I appreciate you.
We appreciate
you, and I'm very happy to meet Mr. Waya here.
Thank you,
sir.
I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yeah,
That's all we have for That's all we have for
okay.
today's episode of The Issues. We explore the challenges facing Nigeria's polity and electoral governance. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to tune in next time for more in-depth analysis and discussion. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on the latest news and insight. Until next time, stay informed. I am Nnenna Ndomdioto. This has been The Issues on Voice of the People Television, where the future faces forward. Please don't forget to stay tuned for Hashtag with Vivian and Ikechukwu by 8 p.m. Happy holidays.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing.
And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world, because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget and share our concerns.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand. Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging 1-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
It's a season of love, a season of joy, a season to celebrate you because you deserve it. From all of us at Voice of the People TV, we only want to wish you a very merry, happy Christmas and a prosperous new year ahead.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello, peeps. My name is Yomi E. Adejumo.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stacey Benjamin, and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us, and you deserve to be killed. Scrap charge. Don't be killed, but watch it, or I'll find you, and I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked, because I'm locked already, man, and it's money back guarantee. So you're gonna have a good time, because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I want you to actually, I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that dial, because VOP is the plot.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
You've been wonderful all through the year. And this is from us, Voice of the People Television, saying Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to you all. See you at the top.
We are here with the leadership of VOP Television Lagos. We do appreciate this opportunity to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to our viewers all over the world and admirers. Cheers.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. But for us, the technical crew,
It's weird for technical people to be in front of camera, but I just want to say,
now this one they make me come outside every day. Anytime when they call me, I will rush come outside. We no get holiday.
Our holiday is part of our daily routine, and we've embraced it.
I must say, the work is challenging, engaging, and interesting.
We are all families here at VOP, and we the technical crew.
For us, it's another day on the job.
But it's tough being away from family.
But the lighter part of it is that after the work,
we stay connected with video calls and messages. Merry Christmas.
On behalf of the technical crew, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, and here we are, job continues.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment,